we have discussed. The next continuation, see here, chloroplast. Chloroplasts are green in color. See, chloroplasts are green in color. Chloroplasts are green in color. Generally, I said, so this is chloroplast. This is the chloroplast is green in color. Chloroplast is green in color. Chloroplast is green in color. So the green colored chloroplast is, chloroplasts are green in color. It contains a pigments. Due to the presence of pigments, it appears to be a green color. So what the pigments? Chlorophyll. The chlorophyll and other accessory pigments, accessory associated pigments, those are carotenoids, phycobilins. So accessory pigments of the chloroplasts are fat soluble pigments. Carotenoids and phycobilins are fat soluble pigments. So those are easily soluble in fat. So and are located in the lipid part of the thylakoid membrane. So these chlorophyll pigment and accessory pigments, these two pigments are located in the lipid part of the thylakoid membrane. See here, lipid part. This is what grana or granum thylakoid. This is grana or granum thylakoid. Granum thylakoid. So this is the lipid part of the thylakoid or grana. So this is called lipid part of the thylakoid. See, this part is lipid part. So this is inner membrane, outer membrane. This is made up of by lipid. So in this lipid part of the grana or thylakoid membrane, in this lipid part, what are those present? Chlorophyll. Chlorophyll pigment and other accessory pigments, that is carotenoids and phycobilins. Carotenoids and phycobilins. Okay, so these pigments are located in the lipid part. This is the lipid part of the thylakoid membrane. These are fat soluble pigments. Okay, that's all. Next, these pigments are organized. So these three pigments are organized to form a kind of a reaction centers. Those reaction centers are called here reaction centers. Reaction centers. Those reaction centers are called photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. Okay, so those reaction centers are two types. Reaction centers are two types. One is photosystem 1, another one is photosystem 2. Photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. So what about these photosystem 1 and photosystem 2? Actually, photosystem 1, it absorbs sunlight. It absorbs sunlight. PS2, it is also absorbs sunlight. It absorbs 680 nanometers sunlight. It absorbs 700 nanometers wavelength of light. So these two photosystems absorbs sunlight and transfer to the chlorophyll pigments. After that, those sunlight, in that sunlight, whatever may be the energy is there, that energy is called photons. Those photons helps for the splitting of water molecule. So what is the splitting of water molecule? See, splitting of water molecules means what? So the light from the sunlight, whatever may be the energy is there, that is absorbed by the chlorophyll. Then the chlorophyll is called light activated chlorophyll. So the light activated chlorophyll split the water molecule. This is the water molecule. Split the water molecule and forms 4 protons. Next, 2 oxygen atoms. Okay, so two oxygen atoms. This is the oxygen. Oxygen is a gas which is respiratory gas, escapes into the environment. So protons. So these protons are responsible. These protons are continuously accumulated in the thylakoid membrane. This is the thylakoid membrane. Here, protons concentration is accumulated, increased. So when the protons concentration okay, ma'am. Next, see the splitting of water molecule. Splitting of water molecule results forms 4 protons and oxygen. So these protons concentration is accumulated in the chloroplast on grana. This is called grana. In this grana, protons concentration is accumulated. So when the protons concentration is accumulated on the grana thylakoid membrane, these protons are moved from higher concentration to the point of lower concentration. From it is grana. From grana, so these protons are moved to the stroma. This is called okay. So here 2H2O, 4 protons plus oxygen. So this protons concentration, so this proton concentration is accumulated in grana, in this region. So in the grana, the protons concentration is becomes more and more. Protons concentration becomes more and more like this way. So like this way, protons concentration becomes more. So in the stroma, the protons concentration becomes less. Then from this grana, the protons are moved to the stroma. When these protons are moving from lower concentration, higher concentration to the point of lower concentration, here a kind of energy is released. That energy is called ATP. That energy is called ATP. ATP means what? Adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate. This is called ATP. In such a way, in plants, especially in chloroplast, huge quantity of ATP molecules are released. Okay, that's all. This is the explanation about chloroplast. Still more and more information is there. That is what in this basic class I can't teach to you. Okay, that's all. Next here, functions of the chloroplast. What are the functions? Functions of chloroplast. Functions of chloroplast. What are the functions of chloroplast? See, so the chloroplast contains chlorophyll pigments. Those pigments absorb solar energy and convert them into chemical energy. Solar energy. Chlorophyll molecules absorb solar energy and convert them into chemical energy, which helps to synthesize glucose, which will be converted into starch in the green leaves. Okay, this is the explanation about the functions of chloroplast. Next topic. So how chloroplast is important? In such a way, mitochondria also is essential to the plants and animals. So mitochondria are extremely small. It can be seen clearly under electron microscope. Through electron microscope only, mitochondria can be seen. So location of mitochondria. So generally the mitochondria is located. Mitochondria are sac-like structure, just like this way, small sac-like structure. It is present in the cytoplasm of the cell. See, cytoplasm, it is a cell. In the cell, there is a cytoplasm. This is called cytoplasm. 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 This is also called cytosol. Cytosol. Cytoplasm is also called cytosol. Inside the cell, there is a cytoplasm. In that cytoplasm, there is a sac-like structure or bag-like structure is called mitochondria. Mitochondria. That is called mitochondria. Next here, shape of the mitochondria. Generally, mitochondria may be of various shapes. Various shapes. Those are thread-like shape, spherical shape, or club shape. Thread, just how thread will be there, like this way, thread-like shape. Spherical shaped, in some of the places, mitochondria is spherical shaped, like this way, spherical shaped. In some, the mitochondria is club shaped, like this way, club shaped, like this way, club. Okay, different shapes. Mitochondria have two compartments. Generally, mitochondria in our body, it has two compartments. Mitochondria consists of two compartments. I am drawing the mitochondria diagram. This is mitochondria. Has two compartments. Okay, one is inner compartment, another one is outer compartment. Inner compartment and outer compartment. So this is, see here, like this way. This is called inner compartment. This is called inner compartment. This is called outer compartment. Inner compartment and outer compartment. First of all, let us see inner compartment. Okay, so the inner compartment is also called matrix. The inner compartment. Okay, so this is inner compartment. This inner compartment is called matrix. This inner compartment is called matrix. So this matrix is surrounded by a membrane called inner membrane of mitochondria. This is the matrix. This matrix is surrounded by a membrane. The matrix, like this way, the matrix is surrounded by a membrane. Those membranes are called inner membrane of mitochondria. So this inside, this is called inner membrane of mitochondria. So the inner membrane is thrown into several folds. Inner membrane, see here. Here it has several folds. Like this way, it has several folds. Inner membrane has several folds. These. Okay. The inner membrane is thrown into several folds. See, this entire is inner membrane only. Inner one only. So this inner membrane has several folds. So these are all called folds. Several folds. So these folds are called cristae. These folds are called cristae. These folds are called cristae. These are all the folds are called cristae. The cristae extended into the matrix. This is this fold extended into the matrix. This is called matrix. This is also called matrix. Matrix. This is called matrix. So this is the inner membrane. This is the inner membrane. Inner membrane is folded into matrix. This is folded into matrix. Okay, that's all. So the cristae. The folds are called cristae. The cristae is folded. The cristae is extended. This is the cristae. This cristae is extended into the matrix. This cristae is extended into the matrix. Next point, the space between the folds. The space between the folds is continuous with the outer membrane. Continuous with the outer membrane. So the space between the two membranes is continuous with outer membrane. This is the continuous with the outer membrane. Continued with the outer membrane. Continued with the outer membrane. Continuous with the outer compartment. So see, this region is called inner compartment. The inner compartment is covered by another membrane here, that is called outer compartment. That is called outer compartment. So this in between the two crystal, there is a space is there. This space is continued with the outer compartment, like this way, continued with the outer compartment. Continued with the outer compartment. On the inner membrane, projecting into the matrix are called large number of particles. Those are called elementary particles. See here. On the inner membrane, or else, okay, on the inner membrane, this is inner membrane. This is inner membrane. On this inner membrane, on this inner membrane, this is inner membrane. Okay, on the inner membrane, projecting into matrix. So from this inner membrane, projecting into the matrix. This is matrix. So on the matrix, so this part only I will show here. This is inner membrane. From this inner membrane, there is large number of particles called elementary particles. Those are called elementary particles. Like this way here. Here. Inside the matrix, there is a number of particles are located. Those are called elementary particles. Those are called elementary particles. These are all like this way projected inside. Those are called elementary particles. These are called elementary particles. See here, large number of particles. Those are called elementary particles. The particles, the elementary particles have spherical shaped head. This is spherical shaped head. See, like this way. It is spherical shaped head. Spherical shaped head. And stalk. Spherical shaped head. And this stalk is connected to this head, to this head. Okay, that's all. They are attached to the those elementary particles are attached to the inner membrane. Those elementary particles are attached to the inner membrane. See, those elementary particles are attached to they are attached to the inner membrane by their stalk. So it is inner membrane. This is inner membrane, to this inner membrane. So these elementary particles are attached to this inner membrane. Attached to the inner membrane by their stalk. This is called stalk. Stalk. And their head portion. This is head portion of the part. Okay. They are attached to the inner membrane by their stalk and the head portion of the particles in the matrix. Next topic, outer compartment. The outer compartment is surrounded by another membrane called outer membrane. See here, outer compartment. See, this is outer compartment. So this is called outer compartment. This is called outer compartment. This is called inner compartment. So the outer compartment is surrounded by another membrane that is called outer membrane. This is called outer membrane. Outer membrane. Outer membrane. The outer membrane is smooth and has no projections. Generally, this is the outer membrane. This outer membrane is very smooth and it has no projections. Any foldings are not there. But on inner membrane, it has a number of folded. Those folded structures are called cristae. The functions of the mitochondria. So the inner membrane of the matrix here of the matrix, that is it is here. This is called matrix. Matrix. The inner membrane of the matrix and the elementary particles. Here elementary particles. Here what are there? Elementary particles. Elementary particles. So these elementary particles in the mitochondria have large number of enzymes. So in the mitochondria and elementary particles have large number of enzymes and other required proteins for respiration and energy production. Okay, so even in this also, In this mitochondria also, excess amount of protons are released from higher concentration to the point of lower concentration. So when the protons are moving from higher concentration to the lower concentration, here a kind of energy is released that is called ATP. Okay, see energy, okay, in the form of ATP. That's why mitochondria are called powerhouse of the cell. So this mitochondria is located inside of the cell cytoplasm. This is cell, inside the cell. What was there? Cytoplasm is there. In this cytoplasm, mitochondria will be there. So that in the mitochondria, protons concentration will be more and more and transferred to the lower concentration. While moving protons from higher concentration to the lower concentration, here energy released in the form of ATP. So ATP is energy. That's why mitochondria is called powerhouses of the cell. Mitochondria are divided by fission. Fission means what? Splitting. So generally mitochondria are the sites of aerobic respiration. Aerobic means what? Respiration occurs in presence of oxygen. So whatever may be the reactions takes place inside the mitochondria, those are all the reactions are occurs in presence of oxygen. So that mitochondria are the sites, mitochondria are the place that takes place respiration in presence of oxygen. In presence of oxygen. Okay, ma? That's all.